Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the While We Walk podcast, where we discuss my thoughts for the day. Today is Friday, April 19th, 2024. It's 12:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yes, I'm going for a walk outdoors, finally. It's kind of cloudy today, but I'm just happy that I'm able to go outside to take a breather and take this nice little walk here. I actually broke 186, so I'm at 185.9, so I broke 0.1 pounds last night. And yeah, that's we're seeing progress for sure. Tomorrow I plan on eating the same meal as today. I actually didn't eat steak yesterday. I ate pork loins 2 times. And that's because I had some pork loins in the freezer that I wanted to get kind of rid of. And yeah, that's why I had it twice. But tonight and tomorrow, I'll have steak. Yeah, but in terms of everything else, I'm just gonna keep on going with my diet. My diet has been pristine. I'm actually running out of blueberries, but what I intend on doing instead of eating the blueberries going forward is just put maple syrup and have 3 eggs on the side. So I'm kind of switching things up because I don't want to purchase any. If I get it for free, because my brother gives out free fruits, but if he doesn't have any free fruits, then I'm just gonna, dug it out with the eggs, because I need to get rid of the eggs now too. But I have to find a way to squeeze in the eggs somewhere, so I'm gonna squeeze them in during breakfast. But yeah, that's it in terms of the diet. So I'm really happy that we're looking towards the weekend. Nothing really changes. The only thing that's different between the weekends and today is the market isn't open on the weekends. That's literally the only difference. Everything else is pretty much going to be staying the same. I'm still going to do my calisthenics every day. That doesn't change as well. I'm trying to work my way up to 2 hours a day, 1 to 2 hours a day. For the past couple of days, I've been doing it for, I think, over an hour, give or take. But I'm trying to get it up to like 2 hours. I'm trying to really get my hips flexible, my hamstrings extremely flexible. I'm trying to become, I'm doing a lot of mobility work to prevent any potential injuries. And so I do a nice little steady warm-up. I did some dips. I could do a lot of reps, but I'm just keeping it at like 4 reps right now because I want to get my body used to the movement after not doing it for quite some time. And yeah, that's the plan of action. I'm trying to work dips every day into my routine. Basically, dips and pull-ups are going to be, and pretty much leg raises are going to be, or toes to bar, which is basically on a dead hang, still touching my toes to the bar, are going to be my main. Along with the squats, are going to be my mainstay exercises. I'm going to kind of alternate between the planche workout and the front lever progressions. So I'm doing, I believe I have the energy to do front lever progressions every single day, because I'm not maxing out on it, but I'm kind of getting my body used to it. The planche leans is something that I'm working on. My wrist, I feel like they could recuperate within a day at this point, as long as I don't max it out, so I'm definitely I'm gonna see it I'm gonna go by ear, or how I feel that specific day, if I really want to push it a little bit more than normal. But yeah, as a matter this actually, before I left to get a haircut and then go off for this walk, I was looking at some clips on 1-arm pull-ups, and that's another progression that I want to work on. But I'm gonna ease myself into it, because that's a really tough one there, the 1-arm pull-up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with 1-arm hangs until I could get up to 30 seconds, and I'm gonna slowly work my way up to there. So I'm gonna first get the grip have the ability to grip on the bar with one hand. So I'm gonna see if I could hold it for like 20 seconds or so, and then go from there. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a pretty interesting ride, because I was actually also looking to Brian Johnson's protocol. So for those of you that don't know Brian Johnson, he was a former owner of Venmo. He sold it for $800 million to PayPal, and like a few years ago, he got into this longevity kick, and he basically just wanted to find different ways to anti-age. So he's a vegan by choice, and so his diet is vegan like, obviously, and that's not going to be my diet, but I want to see how many calories he intakes, just out of curiosity, how much he weighs, his height. So his height is around his 6 feet, so pretty much similar to my height. I'm 5'11", so that's pretty much it kind of washes out. And he weighs like 165 pounds, 5-ish pounds or so. So I'm just trying to get a reference of how my body's gonna look when I keep on losing the fat. And I looked at it, and he does like 1 hour of training every single day, and it's pretty much every single thing is the same exercises. What's different about my protocol is I'm actually keeping the calories similar to his, just not out of intention, but it just came out that way, my calories. So it's actually pretty neat that he eats around 2,300 calories, which is where I'm currently averaging at. And so it just gives me a good barometer of how I should keep my calories and how I should keep my activity. So I thought that was pretty neat. But yeah, my calisthenics is going to be just really off the chains. I'm trying to this is my goals for the end of the year. End of the year, I want to be able to do at least the front lever. If I could do the one arm pull up by then too, that'll be amazing. But I want to definitely be able to do the front lever by then. So I'm basically doing the progressions as we speak on a daily basis. I'm going to work my way up to like 3 sets. I'm also going to do I'm going to start doing the warmer one arm hangs for better grip health there. So I'm going to work on that as well. So yeah, I'm also going to try to get as really flexible in my pike position. So what the pike is basically you sit parallel on the floor. You put your hands towards around your knees, past your knees, and then you lift up your legs. And you want to make sure your legs are straight doing that, and it really works the abs. But pretty much every gymnast performs that type of exercise, and that's what I intend on doing, pretty much doing that every single day. I'm also working on my support hold. So I have rings like gymnastic rings attached to the pull-up bar, and what I do is I hold on to them. So what I use with the rings for is both for the front lever progression training as well as support hold. So I can hold it for like 30 seconds easily now. Before it was like I had to work my way into it to get my muscles. Now I'm trying to work on the rings turned out hold, support hold. But I feel like my shoulder feels a little bit, it's not pain, but it's just a little bit of discomfort when I do that. So it looks like I have to work the tendons to get used to that feeling. But yeah, that's I'm really glad that I'm able to do that hold. I'm gonna hold on to that. I'm gonna do that like once. I'm gonna hold on to as long as possible. The holds there, work on the holds. But yeah, that's really the plan of action at this time. Just as soon as after this walk, I'm gonna go. I actually have to stop by the store too. That's nearby me to buy some salt. I ran out of salt, so I'm gonna buy some salt, and then I'm gonna cook myself pork loins again. And for dinner tonight, I said yesterday I was gonna eat steak, but I decided to hold off, like I mentioned. But I'm gonna eat it for tonight and tomorrow, the steak. And then, actually, you know what? I might just go. You know what? Scratch that. I might just do pork loins tomorrow, and save and freeze up the steak for a rainy day, like till next Friday. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So I'm gonna eat the steak tonight and then save that steak for next Friday. Yeah, that's the plan of action. So I can have steak for dinner, and then tomorrow after the walk, I'm gonna go to BJ's again and buy pork loins again, because I find that it's not too much big of a difference between pork loin chops and steak, and it's more than 50% cheaper. Instead of like $6.80 a pound, it's $4 a pound. You can't fucking beat that price. I mean, this is why I'm gonna stick with pork loins. I'm done with the chicken. I got burnt out on the chicken, so I'm not gonna eat chicken for a while. So my cart is gonna be only with pork loins or steak, and yeah, that's pork loin chops. That is, man, $4 a pound. Literally, I could eat that for lunch and dinner. And I did the math. It comes out to like $5 a day worth of animal protein that I could spend. That I could spend a lot more, but like I could sustain this for pretty much the rest of the year. That diet. Obviously, if I do really well with trading, and I know it's I have a nice little safety egg, I'm gonna buy most likely steak more often than not. Alternate between steak and salmon. But yeah, that's the plan of action. I'm gonna buy pork loin chops tomorrow, and then eat that. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Every Sunday, so I designated Sunday as my quote-unquote sort of cheat day, where I eat rice on that day, and a lot of sodium. So basically the calories are still going to stay around the same, maybe slightly higher, like in the 2700 range, but I'm going to use that as like the sodium booster that I call it the sodium booster day. So I'm going to use that day to actually infuse a lot of sodium into my body and see how my body responds to that. But yeah, that's the plan of action for Sunday. I was gonna do it on Saturday, but I opted not to. I just decided to do it on Sundays because of the way Fitbit is. The start of the new week is Sunday, and I want to see how my weight is after Saturday. So I don't want to make my cheat day on Saturday, or it's not really a cheat day because I still eat unprocessed food, but that's the day where I eat rice. Every other day, it's going to be potatoes and beans because I need the fiber. The issue, as I mentioned in the previous podcast with white rice, is that it doesn't really fill you up. I'm literally hungry like a few hours after that. That's not the case with potatoes. Potatoes, dude, I'm good till the next morning after I eat that as my last meal. I only eat 3 potatoes too, like usually around 380-ish grams, and that's more than sufficient to essentially, make me full during the sleep. I don't think about food afterwards, and so yeah, that's a plan of action. I intend on just continue doing this, and the walks. When it rains, so I kind of modified my walk. So when it rains, I'm going to try to do at least 10,000, which I did yesterday. I did 11,000. And when non-rain days, I'm going to stick to around, the first walk is always going to be around 15K steps or 2-hour walking. I'm going to always keep that in. I want to make sure I dial in the calorie deficit throughout the week based on that first walk. So that the first walk on non-rainy days is going to be non-negotiable, and the calisthenics is going to be non-negotiable on a daily basis. Unless I'm feeling some pain somewhere, that's the only time where I'm going to take time off on the calisthenics. But basically what I'm going to do in those days when I'm a little bit sore is just do just your normal pull-ups, dips, and ab work during those days when I feel some kind of discomfort somewhere. And I'm not going to push through any discomfort. Like when I was doing I was actually working on pistol squats, and I felt something weird in my knee, and after just doing 1 rep and I stop. I'm not gonna risk anything that in regards to like anything with joints. The last thing you want to do, you know, is injure your joints and then you're going to be out of commission for like a month or 2. That's not something that I want happening to me. So I decided when I feel a little bit of discomfort in the body, you know, any sort of discomfort, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower down the I'm actually going to stop the exercise altogether and just start doing more rehab-ish type of work. So yeah, but I you know, until that day occurs, I'm basically working my way up to 2 hours of calisthenics a day during this whole summer. And yeah, man, if you know, God forbid, if I need to find a job, like I'm giving myself like till the end of this year, but I'll have a good picture in the next few months whether or not trading is going to be a lifestyle that I can sustain. And so, you know, so no matter what happens during the summertime, I'm not even thinking about anything else, just basically my health, getting my health back in order. And it's a good feeling to have that, you know, getting my health back in order, actually. And so I'm also thinking about creating a separate channel too, specifically for health and my progress. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing something like that where I basically track on a daily basis what I do. It's in the works. It's going to be a total different channel. I'm not really going to post it on this YouTube. I'm going to do it separately. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, because I know there's a market for fitness things, and that's where I'm on, you know. And I fit a certain demographic that I could target too. So yeah, I don't know, that's still in the works. Right now I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing on this channel, you know, because I like, you know, I just want to, you know, I started from this channel, so I'm going to do what I can to just basically stay to my commitments on whenever I walk, to discuss my thoughts for the day on this channel, no matter what. So this channel is here to stay in terms of continuing on my progress, or like keeping you guys updated. Like the things I may change, what would be more of a video format, show my progress in terms of my body, how it looks, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll stop this recording after I go to the restroom, but for now, yeah, that's a plan of action. I really want to have the ability to do 1-arm pull-ups, the front lever, and the straddle planche. Yeah, the straddle planche. For sure, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting journey. There's a very high likelihood that I may never get the straddle planche though. I'm basically resigning the fact that may be the case. But the front lever and the 1-arm pull-up is highly doable, because my pulling strength has always been there, and it doesn't really affect. Yeah, basically that's like the only thing, because the one issue with straddle planche is that it just affects your wrist so goddamn much, your wrist. And yeah, that's the one thing that I don't want to injure, you know, I don't want to hurt myself with. But I know when in the past when I trained for that, my wrist had some like wrist discomfort, and that's not that, I don't like that. But like I said, I'm still going to train for it. All like it makes sure you have good front shoulders and stuff like that, so I'm still training for it. But my primary focus is going to be mainly the front lever is more, I guess, achievable, and the 1-arm pull-up compared to the planche. I still want to get to the point where I could do the push-ups. That's a good, nice little exercise that I'll be able to develop. It's going to work the front shoulders, and it's going to work the chest pretty well. So that's the main reason why I'm trying to train for it. So because I want to have the ability to do planche push-ups, which looks fucking amazing if you know what to do. So that is why I'm doing it. But yeah, just gonna keep with the diet. Nothing's gonna really change. And tomorrow I'm gonna go to BJ's for sure, get my pork loins ready and eat them for lunch and dinner, and that's gonna be my main staple. The only days, I guess, every Fridays I could have steak, for instance. Like, I'll make it like that, where on a Friday I'll eat steak for dinner, kind of thing. And every other day, except for Sunday, I'll eat pork loins for both lunch and dinner. And Sundays I'm gonna mix things up, you know, try different type of foods that I feel have the good macros that could help, that I could probably switch out. But this meal, I feel I could be sustained for the rest of my life. I could replace the animal protein of pork loins with anything. I could replace it with salmon. I could replace it with, you know, steak. And so that's why it's really good. Chicken, I'm just sick and tired of chicken, to be honest with you. I mean, I'll eat fried chicken, you know, but regular chicken is too boring. It doesn't, not really boring, but it's just too bland in my opinion. The good thing about these walks, it's giving me the ability to eat more calories, you know. But even 2,300 is considered pretty low. So I'm actually on a massive deficit. They recommend 500 calories, but I've been like consistently over 1,000 calories for quite some time here, because of the amount of activity that I'm doing. Yeah, I'm thinking to get to my body under 10%. I'm thinking, if I had to guess, I have to get down to like anywhere from 175 to most likely 170-ish, at the low 170s. I might guess. I might have to maybe even break 170s. But yeah, I'm not gonna obviously stay under 10% throughout the year. I'm trying to be right below, ideally around 12%, around that range, never above 15%. So that just gives you an idea of where I want my body to be year round and how I want my body to look. With that being said, I'm at the restroom, so I'm going to stop this recording. Thank you so much for listening, and stay tuned for the next episode of While We Walk.